All right, so I get so many people that want to know all about our horses, our barn, whatnot. So I thought today I'm gonna just walk you guys through and let you see some of these guys. Here's Tough. Come here, buddy. Trashy Chick Dig Me. This is the horse that I used on that episode of Yellowstone where we had the sliding competition with the McCutcheons. Took him up there because he is so solid. Saw him on the last Cowboy. Tough, 6 years old now. He just got castrated, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago. He's about healed up from that. This is Janice's favorite horse to ride. He's also one of my favorites too. He's doing what he loves to do. For those that don't know, he's by Gonna Trash Ya, and he's out of the great mare Wimpy's Little Chick. I mean, Wimpy's Little Chick is the greatest reining horse ever. And I say that because she's won more money than all of them. She's had two, I think her first two foal crops, they won the NRHA Futurity, so he's bred really, really well. This horse is interesting. For the longest time, he had like this cough, and not bad, but just a little cough and a little snotty nose. And we've tried every allergy medication under the sun. I tried changing his bedding from shavings to straw. You name it, we've tried it. We've had lots of different vets look at him and try to figure it out. And you can see now his nose is pretty clear, actually. What was real interesting was like 2 weeks ago, we had an allergy test done on him, which he's had before, and it came up that he was allergic to alfalfa. And that's the one thing that I had not tried, was taking him off the alfalfa. This is one that I've used on a lot of my tips of the week videos. This is Champ. He's one of my 3-year-olds. I can see he's not into his splint boots. He's pulled both of those off. So Champ's Gonna Trash Ya. He is doing awesome. He's still a stallion. He's today you can see he's just getting a little turnout time, which I do that a lot. We ride him, training, the riding part is huge, obviously, but letting him have time just to chill out and kind of be a horse is just, I think it's just really good for him. Here's Peaches, getting a little hot, taking her blanket off.
Yeah.
How come she didn't have a sheet on?
Lee said we were taking them off. So.
Oh, no sheets at all?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said just put the blankets on, heavy blankets.
Lee made that call?
Oh, that's what I heard. Yeah.
I'll have to ask him about that. Anyway, here's Peaches. She's a popular one. Look at that mane on her. She's Walla Walla Liz. She's 4. How's she been riding?
Pretty good. Yeah.
There's Smokey. It's Karen's horse. She hasn't been able to ride Smokey for a while because he's got this fungus that's gone through the barn. I think it's a horse that Chiago bought actually from Texas that brought this nasty stuff in, and it's been going through. You can see he's starting to get better now, but we just don't want to get that spreading around more than it already has, because it's gone through like wildfire. We've got all kinds of shampoo and medication and stuff we're trying to do to get rid of that. And luckily, since there's no shows right now, we're able to give him the time off. Oh, here's another one everybody likes to see, Rio. Also known as Shiny Work Boots. This is the horse that got me qualified for this year's Run for a Million if we were gonna have it. This is the one that I tried to bribe Ginger Schmerzal with some cookies to get, and she didn't go for that, but she did go for a pile of money underneath those Ginger Snap cookies to get this horse. This horse is awesome. This is Mary Beth's non-pro horse. She lets me ride him every now and then. She qualified for the AQHA World this year on him, did awesome, and then she let me ride him one time. He marked like 75s and qualified in one day there at the Sun Circuit. And then of course now all this hit, and you don't even have to qualify this year. If there is a world show, anybody can go, but this horse is awesome. He's 7 now. He's a gelding. Here's another one that is a great story to tell on why you should geld horses, because this horse is just awesome. And then you can pet on him and do whatever you want. He doesn't care. Like with Rio, all we do with him right now, since there's no competitions, we're just basically keeping him in good shape, just keeping him in condition. So we put him on the treadmill some. Actually, we do the treadmill a lot with this guy. And then riding him, just not a lot of maneuvers, no spinning and stopping. He knows his job. He has that down. So just keeping him healthy is the biggest thing. And then, I'm keeping him happy. So we turn him out a lot. Oh, here's Carmine. Hey, Carmine's happy to see me. What a difference. You guys probably seen, Carmine, he was a stud last year. He's 4, and he was not, I don't think he was happy to see me last year like this. We ended up gelding him, and that was a nightmare. He got an infection, the castration site, and got really, really sick, but he's all recovered from that now. Now you can see he's like a big dog. He's a lot like Rio now. You can pet on him, and he still kind of always wants to be in your business, but he's doing awesome now. Now it's just a matter of waiting around for a show for him. He feels great. He feels like he's ready to go. I'm actually using him for a new video series that we're doing on actual training programs, and that's on like what I do to get him ready to show, and then also what we do just to maintain him on a daily basis. A lot of people want to know what to do with their horse when they ride him. This is Carl. Leave the Rest Spooked is his name. This horse made the level 4 Open Futurity finals on him. Made the level 4 Derby finals on him. He's really good, really talented stud. He likes getting scratched. He's by Spook's Got a Whiz, and he's pretty. And he likes being scratched on his back.
Who's the best horse in the barn?
Man, the best horse in the barn. I get asked that all the time. That's a loaded question, because I like them all. It's like kids. Do you have like you say, who's your best kid? I don't know. I mean, if you said maybe like who's your best buckskin, I can tell you which one's won the most money. That's Stoney by far. Stoney, I'll show him to you. He must be outside or something. He's kind of like the top dog, I'd say, because he's won the most money. Let's go find Stoney. Let's go see where he's at. The guy that's gonna know is coming this way. Lee, what's going on? This is Spike. This is one of the 2-year-olds that we have. He had something going on with his front feet there that the vet recommended that he gets hand walked for a while. How was he?
He's fresh.
Yeah. Hey, where's Stoney at?
Possibly the walker then? If he's not in his stall.
Okay, let me go see if we can find him. Cruising around. See, we've got shredded rubber in here along with some sand to try to keep things soft. Oh, here comes Lefty. That's Tuff's brother, Tuff's older brother. Might be 10 or 11. This horse though, I've had, Wimp's Cool Breeze is his registered name, but I've had him since he was 2. Mark and Janice Dixon own him, and actually I better make sure I say it. Karen is the one that found him on the internet. She's the reason why we got him. This horse has been phenomenal. He's made every major event, made the finals in every major event. He's won close to 150,000. And what's so neat about him, I mean, you've probably seen him on a show on him on Lifestyle about trying to qualify for the World Equestrian Games. He's won the honor roll for AQHA, which the big thing about that, they have all those strict rules on medication, whatnot, and he's made it through all that. Same, World Equestrian Games. This horse is so rock solid. He really is, to me, like what a reining horse is supposed to be about. And then the other cool thing is Janice rides him now, even in the middle of his show career. I remember, I'll tell you one story at the Sun Circuit, which is a big quarter horse show here in Arizona. I was trying to qualify him for the world, and so I show him one day, and they score him some 77s. He wins. He was awesome. But then the next day, Janice, I can't remember why she needed a horse. She shows him. Janice goes out. She scores a 70, 70 and a half on him. It was her first time getting it. That was incredible to see that he can go from showing that hard and fast for me and then going nice and easy for Janice. And then I showed him the next day and he scored 77s again, which That is like unheard of for a horse to be able to go up and down like that, and this horse does it no problem. You talk about favorites, he's definitely one of my favorites. He actually went through a little phase where he was tough. He didn't want to do anything that I wanted to do. He was definitely feeling the testosterone. I think it was in the springtime too. And I called Janice. I tried everything I could think of. I called Janice one day and I said, I said, Stoney is just, he is just not wanting to behave. And I think we have to gild him. I said, I hate to do it because he's bred so good. He's by Wimpy's Little Step and so talented. But I said, I just think it's going to be too hard for him and for me. I mean, it was hard on both of us for him to stay a stud. And Janet's like, oh, no problem, no problem. If that's what's best for the horse, then that's what we'll do. And I said, I'm going to give him to the end of the week. And this was like on a Thursday. And I said, if he is not better by the end of the week, we're gonna make the appointment. I had the vet all set up and everything. I swear Stoney heard me say that to Janice, or he could just sense it. It was the craziest thing. It was like the next day he came out and acted like a complete gentleman, and he was that way from that day forward. It was the craziest thing.
Probably one of the only horses that made the decision not to gild himself.
That's exactly right. Yeah, he's the only one that could. Yeah, I think he's the only one that can understand English. Because I think if they all knew that that was on the table, that they were going to get him whacked off, I think they'd act a little different. So that was a pretty funny story. Blondie's up next. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, as always, I love all the comments. If you have any questions, send those to me. We try to answer them as fast as we can. Check me out on Instagram, Matt Mills Reigning 1. Facebook, got a ton of tips of the week there. And then, of course, if you haven't subscribed, go to mattmillsreigning.com. I have hundreds of tutorials that go into detail on what I do training-wise from A to Z. So, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.